So here are the three fundamental principles of the Ecompreneur process, or the Launchpad, as I call it. So you've got three parts of it. You've got the build, authority, and promote phases, and what I call the foundation. So you're trying to build that solid foundation, create authority, and then syndicate it, get it out there. So basically this is like one-to-many. You create one piece of content, you repurpose it into lots of different variations of it, and then you distribute it across the web as fast as you can with press releases and video and slides and audio and all that, right? Then when you've got everything out there, you can start promoting. So you're trying to accelerate the growth of your business. So you're developing a strategy to sort of express everything in terms of your organic traffic, your paid traffic, and your retargeting, and then your email, your video, social media, all these different things that you can do. And just saying that, you can see that there's a hell of a lot to do. So don't listen to these people who say that this is super easy and you're going to do super well in like a couple of weeks. It's complete nonsense. If that's what you want, please just go somewhere else. I don't want people in my group who are just after the fast buck and are not prepared to put in the work, the time, the effort. We're going to do 99% of the heavy lifting, I can assure you. We're going to create a proper asset. We're going to do something for you that if you went to a digital marketing agency, they'd charge you about $200,000 or $300,000, absolutely without any shadow of a doubt. I know that's the case because I've done the research and I've done work for corporate clients, and that's exactly what they were telling us they were going to do. Just to build out a Magento store was like 50, 60 grand minimum. Just the basics, right? So I've seen other examples of websites that were close to 100,000, and they're just brochure sites with no marketing foundation, not going to convert, not doing well at all. So I know for a fact that I can provide enormous value if you're prepared to commit to you doing the basics that you need to do to build a business, right? So these three main steps here are really the key to getting set up, right? So this is just getting set up. So once you've got everything, all the infrastructure is set up correctly, then you can start adding the more advanced stuff to it. And I'm telling you, this is going to take you 6 to 12 months just to become at an intermediate level. So when you get these courses basically telling you that you're going to make tons of money in a real short space of time, you really need to ask the question why and how's it going to work for you? Because I've done a lot of these things and they just don't work out the way that they're sold to you. So let's just, I just want to cut the crap and get to what's real. And this is absolutely real. So let's get onto the build. Well, you can see everything put together here. So you're building the foundation. So this first section here is the Ecom Foundation Builder. Okay, so we're building the foundation with the plan that we're getting, the vision that we have, and the research that we're going to do to find the right markets and the products that we want to sell on the correct platform with the right model. So this is all about the foundational setup. Okay, then we need to create really good content that's targeting the right customer with the right topic, and then we're going to repurpose and transfer it into all these different modalities of learning and promotion so that we can syndicate it out and start to get the message out. And it's a bit like a radio broadcasting a signal out to the world, and then people pick up on their message and they come back. And that's how we're going to do the promotion and accelerate the growth through organic, paid, and retargeting. And then ongoing from here, once you set that up, you can start to do other things like social media, email, YouTube, media buying, all that kind of stuff, okay? And joint ventures. And there's so many things you can do, and there's so many ways of diversifying your income streams. You can sell sponsorship, you can do joint ventures with people, you can create your own courses, do virtual summits. It just goes on and on and on, right? You can do consulting, coaching. So this whole foundation builder concept here on these three levels are really about building a very solid business putting all the components together of a business that's worth multiple millions. This is what you're going to need as a starting point, and then you're going to expand all your systems and processes within this framework. Okay, so what I've worked on the last couple of years is how I put all this together with the least risk. So I'm using the best model in order to test my market, really understand it, see where I have the affinity and the connection with my ideal customer profile, or avatars, what so many people call it, and I just can't get my head around the avatar thing. It's like it's a blue alien with pointy ears. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I want the ideal customer, the ideal client. I need to know their profile and understand how they think and feel and how they're going to react to certain things. And then when I have a product that comes up in my blueprint data that shows me that it's high net profit per transaction, it's low, excuse me, it's lower competition and good search volume. So from an organic perspective, I know it's a hot product. I can see that there's a fairly high CPC or cost per click in the pay traffic arena, so it's popular and people are spending money on it. Then I can go and have a look for who's working on that particular term on say Google ads or Facebook ads, see what ads they've been running for an extended period of time, and know even more about the copy, right? So, and how to craft my offers that are going to connect with this particular person. So that process there that took me 30 seconds to explain will take you 6 months to master minimum. Okay, so let's get real. If you want to be really successful and build a really good brand over the next few years, you have to do some work. You have to put your brain on and really dig deep into this. It doesn't mean you can't make some half decent money quickly without doing all this, but I'm saying if you want to really add value and build an asset that's got intrinsic value, you've got to do something along these lines. Okay, so you can do it yourself. Don't have to have me do it or help you do it, but just start thinking about this. So this is been well thought out over the last 2-3 years. It's been in evolution for longer than that, for 15, from when I started out. And I've definitely earned the right to play at this level. I've lost a lot and I've failed forward, and here we go. So let's just go through each of these. I'm not going to spend a massive amount of time on it. I just want to get the concept of it, because when you start planning, what do most people do when they start this business? They buy something, they log in, and they start pressing buttons to try and make things happen fast. Or some gimmick or some gadget or whatever that's going to just transform your business. And there are some good tools out there, make no bones about it, there are, but there's a lot of rubbish. So, if you end up buying all these different tools and whatever, you can just burn a lot of money and not have the time to really master them. So planning is absolutely essential. What vision is it? Creating and tailoring the business around what you want, and knowing what research to do, and understanding what's a good market, what's not a good market, what's a good product, what's not a good product, and why. And understanding if that marketplace that you're in has got lots of opportunities without just relying on one hot product. And then you need a blueprint, a strategy moving forward, so you're clear, you know what you're going to target, how you're going to target, what the ROI should be, and how long it's going to take you to dominate that market. It's all about dominating, different segments of the market. And that's what the blueprint does for you, if we were to do a blueprint for you. So, products. There's lots of different products you can do. Most people in e-commerce just focus on the physical. When I'm dealing with my coaching students and the group that I've got, we're looking at digital, do-it-yourself, done for you, physical, services, info products, everything. Every market's different, so we've got to look at it and say, okay, well, what's relevant for you? And build that. And this is, again, something that takes time, right? So initially, we want to get the best possible products that we think we can dominate up on the store ASAP, and linking good quality content to them. Okay, solving problems for people. That's the first step. That's just 101. There's a hell of a lot more to do beyond that. Then we've got to think about the platform. You know, do we sell on Amazon? Do we sell on eBay? Do we set up Shopify, or do we do Magento or WooCommerce first? What do we do first? And the main thing I want is control and privacy. I want to be able to customize it so that I can put all my conversion boosters on the site, and I want it to be quick. It's got to upload fast. I've got to be able to test fast. And most people in the internet marketing world right now are focusing on Shopify. I don't think that's the best platform for us in the long term for building a brand. I still use Shopify. It's great. I mean, there's a lot of good things about it, but it's not the panacea, that's for sure. So you know, I'm using WordPress and WooCommerce for SEO reasons. For Google loves WordPress sites if they're done properly, and not so sure about where Shopify is heading with it, but I'm sure Shopify will improve in time. So you can use whichever one you like, but for the group right now, we're focusing on WooCommerce and then going to upgrade to Magento later when we really start to scale. So then we've got to build authority. The reason we've got to build authority is we need to connect with our ideal customer profile. We really need to engage with them, build trust with them, and the only way we're going to do that is by producing good content. Okay, so we've got to focus on who the person is, what their problems are, and solving them. So that the target audience is extremely important. So what topics are going to be the things that we need to talk about? Well, we've got to do our research and know what products we want to sell and feature them on the store. So we understand what problems they're solving. Now, the way that we can be prolific in producing content is that you just talk out the topic and you just record it. Right? So that's the first thing you do. Then you get it transcribed. Okay? So we transfer it to text. We've got the audio, video, slides, and press releases. So we've got a process of how we do that, so you can really get your content out there fast. And then we're going to syndicate it. That's a more advanced section, and there's different ways of doing that. So we need to just make sure you do that the correct way. Then we get to the third level, right, where we're promoting to accelerate the business. Okay, so organic is really, really important. If you're going to be in a market for longer than 3 to 6 months, you may as well make sure that you set up the organic properly, because if you don't, you're missing out on a ton of profit. You may as well do that. And building the relationship is key. And the way you're going to build the relationship is through mainly organic traffic. You can send, obviously, PPC traffic to good content, but it's the content that's going to build the relationship, not the fact that you've done an ad. Okay? And the other reason we do this is because we want it to be future-proof. We want it evergreen, so that it's future-proofed against algorithm changes, and it's going to be there and stick for a very long time and be very hard to knock off. And we also want to be tracking and measuring behavior from the traffic that's coming to the website, so we can improve the conversions from the organic traffic. That is absolutely critical for every piece of marketing that you do. Paid traffic, obviously we're going to do PPC. So that's going to be Facebook, Google Ads, Google Display Network, Twitter, Instagram, whatever's going to be relevant. Media buying through GDN, through Google Display Network and other networks like Bing and whatever. That can be really important. You can get instant traffic with that. And video marketing, like I said, with YouTube and other ways of using video, absolutely really, really important to help layer on top of the organic traffic. Okay, so this is the traffic triangle method that I talk about. So it's layering on top of the organic. So you've got the organic, then you've got the paid, then you've got retargeting. Okay, so that's obviously Google remarketing, Facebook retargeting. You can do retargeting on all the platforms. Ad roll, perfect audience. We're going into a lot of detail in this over the coming year. Okay, so that's what it looks like when it's all put together. Okay, so you've got the 3 different phases: the Ecom Foundation Builder, Authority Content Creation Method, and then the Traffic Triangle Flood System. You put all that together, do you think it's going to be a little bit better than just trying to find a hot product, just putting up a theme on Shopify and running Facebook ads to it? What do you think? Honestly, do you think that I've put a lot of time and effort into this? I've put an enormous amount of time and effort in this. This has cost me, it's just cost me hundreds of thousands, to be honest with you. In the last 12 months alone, I've spent over $80,000 learning a lot about, especially the organic side here, because I never really sort of wanted to do the technical stuff. I knew a fair bit about paid, knew a fair bit about this, definitely developed my own way of creating authority, and I'd done a lot of this, you know, the products and the platform stuff and the business models and whatever, like lots of that. So now I'm putting all the frilly stuff together and making it super advanced. So it's taking a hell of a long time to get this done properly, excuse me. So what's the next step? Well, if you're already in the group, you've got training to go and do. If you're not in the group, then you need to book in for a 15-minute conversation with me to see if we're a good fit. I'm not having a conversation with you just to flog you into something that you don't need or don't want, okay? This is obviously not going to be a $47 product, okay? But this is more about who you are, where you're at, and where you want to go. I'm flexible to a degree, but this pilot program is going to be 12 months working with me and a group. We're going to be family. It's an inner circle for sure. All I care about is you making at least $30,000 a month. It's like I've got to get you to that point. So that's going to require a hell of a commitment from me, and it's a commitment from you too. Not just financially, but emotionally and time-wise. I'm not expecting you to have to do 10 hours a day or anything like that. It's not that kind of thing. This first 12 weeks, we do most of the work. All that matters is that first 12 weeks, you are set up. Your store is up, your blog's up, all the bits and pieces like emails, logos, branding, your corporate structure, everything's set up, social media. There's nothing we don't set up, and if we do miss something, we'll do it. We'll buy all the plugins, we'll buy all the bits and pieces you need, bar your LLC and your virtual office and little bits and pieces. This business is going to cost you probably somewhere in the vicinity of $200 or $300 US a month to run. Then you've got your advertising on top of it, and your advertising really comes down to you and your budget and what you're comfortable doing. You can spend $5 a day, you can spend $5,000 a day, but obviously we want to build this up over 12 months. Okay, so it's following consistent daily and weekly and monthly action plans. Okay, so if you want to come and have a chat, even if you don't want to come through the pilot program, if you're stuck and you don't know what to do and you don't know where you belong and you're just a bit lost, come through and have a chat. I know tons of people. I've got tons of information that I can share with you to help you. If this is completely not what you want to do and you're just starting out, you just want to start slow, then I suggest you go to nakedecom.com. That's naked as in N-A-K-E-D, ecom, E-C-O-M.com. If it's not up and running yet, it'll be an early bird special on there where I think it's set at $19.99, but basically you get to look at it for 7 days, a good week, for $1. Then if you want to stay in, it's I think $19.99 or $29.99 for life. So you'll never get charged more than that for the basic level, okay? And inside there you'll find bonus training on niche marketing within e-commerce. You'll also find niche market domination reports. So these domination reports are going to focus on one specific vertical within a particular market, and there's tons of categories of markets out there. I've got 1,270 particular markets that I want to do. So we're starting off with about 10, I think. So you'll get access to these 9 or 10 reports, and we'll keep adding each month. We'll add at least 2 a month. These reports are going to sell for a minimum of $197 each. So they'll go up in price because we're getting better and better at refining the data. So really good deal. There'll be lots of bonus training and things for you to download and craft to help you try and dominate a market and go out and build something that can get you going on the cheap. There's no done for you in there other than the domination reports. I'll add some video and suggestions for that market and what you can do and how to go about it. So that's a really cheap way to learn some solid foundational e-commerce approaches. So that's the other thing you can do. Obviously, go listen to the podcast. Look at the Ecompreneur site. You can see the domain names down here. That'll be up hopefully by the end of October. It's being worked on right now. And I'm here to help. If you have any suggestions or issues that are bugging you, then myself and my team can definitely help you out. So just get in touch with us. We're all human beings. We're all trying to learn how to master this business and prevent making mistakes that make us hemorrhage and cause a lot of pain in your life. And if you know my story, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's the Ecom Launchpad. I hope you've enjoyed it. Look forward to talking to you soon. Book in for a call with me and let's make things happen for you. Thanks, bye.